Hello YouTube. I have been told this is the internet historian's best video. And I've never seen it. Thank you for the hydrate! But I just did. Other way, let me hydrate. Let me hydrate. Right, so Concordia, a love story. You know what I consider one of his bestest videos? I really like the shopping video. Like on not on Internet Historian, but on Incognito mode. Shopping was so funny. Shopping was so funny. Either way, without further ado, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, because YouTube loves engagement, and I don't want to lose my job. Let's go.
The Costa Concordia, ship of dreams. It's been 8 years.
Oh, chat, I'm also muting alerts, because it's a long video, otherwise we're gonna be sitting here forever.
I can still smell the buffets from their 5 restaurants. The casino and 3-story theater had hardly been used. Ah, the gym, the day spa, the sheets in her 1,500 luxurious cabins. Haven't even been slept in.
Damn. Hey, by the way, chat and YouTube, did you know the Internet Historian has his own cup on Gamer Subs? Yeah, it's available right now, and you could buy them with code Kitsunero for 10% off and support me directly. So I get my own cup one day. Yes, okay, thanks, bye.
Costa Concordia cost $570 million to build.
Holy shit.
And you could tell. You could
oh my god, the Titanic.
Really tell.
I'm sorry.
I remember it like it was just a few years ago. We had left Civitavecchia.
Honestly, I have no idea what the Concordia is. Well, I guess that it's a ship, but I don't know why it's relevant, why there's a video about it. I have, like, zero idea.
A port in Rome, and we were making our way to Savona. It was day 2 of our 7-day journey.
Okay.
But that ship, she was cursed.
Oh boy. As cursed as the Titanic.
When she premiered, the traditional bottle of champagne bounced right off the side instead.
Yeah, okay, I'm like a normie in regards of like boats and shit, but I know that's a bad sign. I know that's a bad sign. You should have never boarded that ship, boat, whatever.
A bad omen. But I'm not the superstitious type. Nothing could go wrong on Friday the 13th.
No way it was Friday the 13th. No way.
Of January 2012.
No way.
On the 100th year anniversary of the Titanic.
No way! Well, off to a great start. The ship was cursed. No one should have ever boarded that goddamn ship. Bro, why would you? Why? No, no, don't board that. Friday the 13th. The bottle bounces off. The 100th year anniversary for the Titanic. No. No!
That's also only safety rated for 2-compartment flooding. Especially not when you have a 5-star max.
Did he say Titanic? I don't even know.
100th year anniversary of the Titanic.
It was the
on
Titanic,
a ship that's also only safety rated for 2-compartment flooding.
Yeah,
Especially
great.
not when you have a 5-star max level captain, like Francisco Scatino. A man who mysteriously rose from head of security to the position of captain within just a couple of years.
He knows exactly what to do in case of an emergency.
For example, when he caused this emergency in 2008, when he crashed into a port in Sicily. And in 2010, in Warnemünde, Germany, when he was steering a different ship and came into port too fast and caused...
Where did he get his license? How was he still allowed to, like, drive? I don't know, how do you call it, afterwards?
Another collision.
This is a film? Okay, never mind.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Never
So
mind.
let's set the scene.
Still!
It's a beautiful evening. People are having fun
With the
on
footnote, I can't read!
slides, drinks at the bar, Antonio Magnotta is playing piano at the restaurant. Martin the magician is setting up for his show. And the ship is setting up for a little detour. It's called a sail-by salute. Basically, you get real close to the shore and honk the horn.
Sorry, let me just stop that real quick.
The locals hate it, but the customers love it, and it's a tradition. Scatino, the captain, comes into the dining hall with the lady, Dominica Samorton. Remember this face because you'll be seeing a lot of it later. Scatino eats his dinner with her and socializes for a little while. Then he, Dominica, and the maitre d' finish up and excuse themselves. They're heading to the bridge. It's time for that sail-by salute. This time, they're going to get closer than ever. Just 1,500 feet from the island of Giglio.
About 5... Oh, oops. It's on 2 phones.
And how are they going to determine this distance? Well, of course, the captain is going to eyeball it.
Of course!
Apparently it's not an uncommon thing to do. Scatino turns to the fella steering.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have a great track record
His
here.
helmsman, Jacob Ruslibin.
Oh, hell yeah.
First interesting tidbit. Costa Crociere has hired Jacob from Indonesia at a rock-bottom price. And
Maybe
he's a
not
bit of
hell
a
yeah.
newbie to the job. In fact, his profession hitherto, a painter and a cleaner. It's his first time steering a massive ship, and he's very excited. At least, we think he is. It's hard to tell because he doesn't speak
He looks like an
English
emoji.
or
Oh,
Italian
great!
very well at all.
Oh,
Off to a good start.
awesome!
The second in command
Yeah.
orders
Nothing could go
the
wrong.
helmsman to 290. Now, don't be confused by these numbers, they're just the degrees on a compass. At the same time, the captain whips out his cell phone and calls former captain Mario Palombo, who lives on the island. They chat about the safe distance to Giglio's shores. It's all very casual. Anyway, Mario says that the safe distance is between 0.3 and 0.4 miles from shore.
Okay.
The captain is going all in. This is not his first sail-by salute, so he's confident in what he's doing. We're going closer than we've ever been.
Oh god. Why?
The captain's eyeballing it again. New heading of 300, he tells the helmsman. Downstairs, Martin is about to cut his assistant in half. And of course, that means that there's already a lady inside this box. She's waiting for the cue, and then she'll poke her legs out.
Yeah,
The captain is
Classic.
giving more orders.
Oh god, they're actually gonna cut her.
Pulling gently to 310.
Oh god.
Increase speed to 16 knots.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. I can see what's coming. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Like, okay, prediction. They're gonna bump into something. And her legs are gonna get cut, simple. Like, it's gonna be the wrong moment.
Going this fast is going to be a fatal error. But before we talk about that, let's talk about another big problem. Language barrier. Because at this point, the captain says 325, but the helmsman relays 315.
Oh.
So the first officer intervenes, and he goes, no, 335.
What?
Which is also wrong. And then the captain clarifies, no, 325.
Okay,
the
good,
helmsman
clarifying.
confirms 325.
Okay, good.
Their poor communication has them moving at a much wider angle than they think they are. However, the captain should and would know this, except for the next problem, complacency about procedure. The standard procedure of a ship this large is for the third officer to give exact positional coordinates every time the captain gives a new directional order. But they're not doing that.
Why?
330, he says. The helmsman relays 330. The ship reaches 16 knots. The captain then turns to the second officer and instructs him to go to the left wing.
Okay.
That's these things here, and they basically exist so you can get a better view over the whole vessel.
Sure.
A few seconds pass, and then the mood starts to turn.
Oh god.
Scatino notices white foam of waves breaking against the rocks directly in front of him in the distance. The Costa Concordia, right now, is almost 700 meters closer to the rocks than it should be.
Rocks were actually on the water.
Without deviation, there is going to be a direct collision.
Oh god.
Oh, shit!
Scatino immediately commands the ship to start turning away. 335. Not enough. The captain shouts, 340. The captain yells, 350.
Okay.
Now,
Remember how I said that accelerating to 16 knots was a fatal error? Well, that's because it's made this ship incapable of such a drastic turn.
Oh no!
What they've got is understeer. Here's an example.
The front end is not working. You're turning, and you're just going straight. You want to go over here, but you're going to end up over here.
So despite the order of 350, right now the bow is still only pointing at 327. Not nearly enough to...
Why are they going that fast?
And oh no, it's about to get worse.
Miscommunication, but still, like
That
Jesus.
language barrier again. In these critical moments where every second counts, the helmsman wrongly relays 340. The captain snaps back, 350 starboard or we end up on the rocks. The third officer goes to assist the helmsman. Now, don't get confused by the orders from here. We're changing over to rudder instructions.
Alright.
The captain yells, starboard 10, starboard 20, and still it's not enough. Hard to starboard. That means as hard as it'll go. But at this point, even if they clear these rocks, they need to get the rest of the ship to swing around it. So the captain yells, midship, which centers the rudder. The bow is now less than 150 meters from Skull Rock. Port 10. But the helmsman only gets to port 5 before another order is given 2 seconds later. Port 20. They might just avoid disaster here, maybe. But then, oh no. One more time, the helmsman cocks up at the worst possible moment.
Oh no.
The helmsman goes to starboard instead of port, undoing the swing. 8 seconds later, he realizes the error and corrects, but it's too
late.
He has just turned.
Simulations show that if this hadn't happened, the ship would have missed the rocks by up to 10 meters, or at least only flooded one compartment. Oh boy.
A probable near miss into a shore hit. All they can do now is hold on as the bow of the ship narrowly passes by the rocks. Hard to port. The second officer yells, "We're gonna hit!"
And they
Collision.
did. How are we only at the start of this video? How are we only at the start? Oh my god. 10 out of 10 editing.
Downtown, Nordtown.
Oh my god, it's 10.
It's day 56,
Oh my
playing
God.
Russian roulette. Seems I never win.
Gonna drink all by yourself?
Somebody has to.
I hear you're a man who's good at finding folks.
I'm
Sledgehammer, thank you for the prime for 11 months.
many things.
I'm looking
you
for
so
this
much.
fella. I got to find him. It's breaking my little heart.
I'll see what I can do. I have contacts in thousands of servers in dozens of countries across the globe.
Wow.
And just like that, she was gone. The only thing she left was a calling card.
Damn.
Sometimes when you follow a case, it follows you back. NordVPN can protect my online data. But who can protect me? From myself.
Oh my.
When they said this job gets easier, it was just another lie.
Oh my god.
For instance,
Hello from YouTube. Hello.
found his password spread all the way down the block. In a perfect world, we'd all use NordVPN. But I guess this isn't that kind of story. I took the brakes off my car.
Oh my god.
Man like me never really learned how to stop.
Oh my god.
I took the steering wheel out too. I let the road take me where I'm supposed to be. That's right, Toots. Your husband's dead.
No.
Merry Christmas.
Oh no.
Go to nordvpn.com/internethistorian for a huge discount on a 2-year plan.
Love the new model kits, so thank you.
Ad over.
Ed Eva.
The ship hits rocks on the port side. A 53-meter gash opens up in the hull, and thousands of tons of water begin pouring in.
Yeah, the ship was cursed from the start, man. That was no. I would have never boarded this bitch.
A loud scraping and bang is heard by all passengers. At the helm, there's panic. Rumblings in the dining room. Martin awkwardly pauses his act as he's helping his assistant into the box. Meanwhile, the lady inside is trapped and terrified. There's confusion across the ship. All
Maybe she doesn't lose her
of the
legs.
crew off shift come back on duty. All officers run to the bridge. Technical crews run down to the lower decks to assess damage. On connection with the rocks, they lose propulsion and slow to 8.3 knots. And they are now adrift. Close the watertight doors at stern. Enormous volumes of water are pouring in.
You know, this would be kind of scary to me, listening to this, because I can't swim. But I also know I would never go onto a ship like this, so I'm fine.
So much so that within 29 seconds of collision, all 6 engines stop working through flooding. 22 seconds later, a blackout happens.
Ooh,
Lights, electrics, the water pumps too. Everything.
that's
The
bad.
captain orders the helmsman hard starboard. This is the final position of the rudder before power to that too is lost. The
Shit.
Costa Concordia, now without power, is drifting starboard, plunged into absolute darkness.
That's bad.
A quick breakdown of the flooding. When the Concordia struck land, it tore open 3 watertight compartments.
Okay.
At first, compartment 5, which filled very rapidly.
Bad.
Then 6 more slowly, 4 shortly after. Then
Okay.
7, 8, and 3. Modern ships are built to withstand 2 compartment breaches. These compartments especially, though, are a problem, because they contain the engines and the electrics.
Yeah, and I'm gonna state the obvious. Electrics underwater? Not so good. Didn't even hit an iceberg, lame, right? Isn't even like the Titanic, man.
These main
Lame.
generators give power to the whole ship. From
That's bad.
propulsion motors
Really
to rudder
bad.
to hotel functions. Pretty much everything.
It's
When they
Jover.
went out, the ship was a functionless, sinking cage. A few seconds later, the emergency
Hey, at least he didn't say coffin.
batteries for internal lighting and communications kick on.
Okay. Okay,
When the
emergency.
lights come back on, Martin has vanished. He's ditched the stage. And it caused a huge panic in the theatre, as passengers are trying to flee to their cabins and to muster stations. People already in their cabins come out and start putting on life vests.
Yeah. Lots of people are gonna get hurt because everyone's just in panic. If people could just remain 10% calmer, it would already be better. Disappearing act legit.
Staff rally and try to calm everyone down. Everything is fine. There's no need for vests. Please return to your cabins.
There's no Leonardo DiCaprio in this ship. Damn. No Leonardo DiCaprio ain't watching it, man. Ruin as if his GF was pregnant.
The emergency generator starts. All of the watertight doors close except for door 12, which is jammed. The captain calls
boy.
Pilot, the chief engineer, as the ship begins to list on the port side. There's water coming in? Yes, there's water. But where? The engine room. But a lot of water? Yes! There's water.
Yeah!
You can't go down. Let's go down the other side. In a moment, we'll start the pumps. I'll let you know. In the
Is there water? Yes. Lots of water. Yeah!
theater, the whole magic box apparatus slides right off the stage and falls into the crowd, further increasing panic. On the bridge, an announcement is being prepared. They are going to lie to prevent a panic.
I hate that. Just tell him. Just tell him, man. You gotta tell him. You have to tell him. Because then when they find out what's actually going on, there's gonna be an even bigger panic.
Let's just say we have a blackout.
Oh yeah, and the rumbling and the big shaking and those big noises from outside, they mean nothing.
The deputy chief engineer
Depends, sometimes it's needed, maybe. I feel like I'd rather know instantly. Because you know, everyone would need to prepare, sure, not panic, but like, be aware. It's safer, I think.
enters the engine control room. He confirms to the bridge that at least compartments 5, 6, and 7 are flooded. Announcements are made.
The captain to inform you that due to an electrical fault, which is currently under control, we're currently in blackout. Our technicians are working to resolve the situation.
Sure.
I will inform you of developments as they occur. Thank you for your attention.
Coincidentally, at the same time in the restaurant, they're playing My Heart Will Go On, and it's very much not helping the situation.
My heart will go on.
The captain calls the Costa Crisis Unit. Roberto Ferrarini. He tells the crisis unit that they've hit a rock, that they're assessing damages, and that they are also in a blackout. The crisis officer says to reverse the ship up onto shore. Well, how are you going to do that? You don't have power to the rudder, let alone the engine. You know, hoist the sails?
Just push it. Push!
Anyway, around this time, the wind direction creates a starboard
bad.
lift,
Oh,
and the
that's
ship begins to turn
bad.
anyway, drifting right back towards the shore,
no.
which is a very good thing because you want the ship to end up as close to shore as possible.
Sure, but under
A
control.
panicked passenger senses that something is off. This is
No shit,
like
Sherlock.
any electrical problem that she's ever seen. Plus, there was a massive crashing noise, and now the ship is tilting.
Duh! I'm surprised not more passengers are alert. What if we blow? You know, actually, everyone moving to the other side could actually help, depending on how many people there are, right? It could actually, like, slightly help.
So, she contacts her daughter in Italy. The daughter then calls the police, and the police call the harbour master. While that goes on, a conversation between
It
Pilon and...
wouldn't. Listen, I'm coping, okay? I'm not on the ship. I'm just outside here coping, okay? That's all I have. I just have copium.
Ambrosio. The diesel is not starting. The captain asks the engine room, but where have we made contact? Thinking that the incoming water can be reduced. Captain, here everything is lost. The electrical panel, everything.
Oh boy.
They're saying at this point that the ship is going down.
Oh
The
boy,
captain
it's
calls Roberto
Joe.
Ferrarini again. Actually, 2 compartments have been
control.
flooded, but don't worry, the ship's stability isn't in
He's wrong, it's 3 compartments. He's wrong again, the ship's stability is in danger.
Wrong.
What he said is
Passengers begin going to muster stations on their own initiative. The cruise director says, "We have a lot of people at muster stations that I do not want to fall overboard. Do we make an announcement to tell them to go to the lounges?" Bozio says, "I think that's best." The harbour master from Livorno calls the ship. The captain tells them that we just have a blackout. How long has this blackout been going on? About 20 minutes. Have you asked passengers to put on life vests? It's just a blackout. I gotta...
They actually didn't. They actually... And he's still lying. Oh, brother, why are you lying? Why the f*** are you lying? Thank you for the Gamer Subs purchase. I think those were some... Samples! Samples! KoAlan, cut this, please.
Go. The harbour master is suspicious. He says to his superiors that he thinks something more is going on. He calls a patrol boat to the area and asks them to look at the ship.
Thank you,
Another
Roswell.
problem. The fan on the emergency diesel generator isn't working properly. Pilon manually has to turn the thing on and off with a screwdriver so that it doesn't overheat and cause a fire. The captain's on the phone to the lower decks, asking pointless questions, like, is it still flooded?
But
Yes.
of course
Yes,
it is! Where would the
The
water go?
captain is essentially in denial of the situation. The harbour master
Great
calls
captain.
again. Finally, he says, the ship is taking on water through an opening in the left side and the ship is listing. He qualifies with, no one dead or injured. The harbour master is listing. He qualifies with, no one dead or injured.
I don't know what he's saying there, but he's lying. That is not something he could know. Alright.
The harbour
Oh, he says no one's hurt or injured.
master asks if he needs help. Just a tugboat? When in reality, they need a full rescue. With 3 compartments flooded, the captain finally realizes that things are really bad, and they are not going to improve. The Coast Guard orders every available ship to the scene. Meanwhile, up with the passengers, the cruise director's assistant says, everything's under control. Please return to your cabins or hang about in the lounges, no problem. She said,
Bro, I watched Titanic once, right? Like when, like just the cabins were mentioned, like memory unlocked, right? I remember like one scene that actually like kind of hit me, like a mom with her children, because she knew she wasn't making it to a rescue boat, just like tried to get her children to get to sleep, man. And like as a kid I was like, why is she doing that? And my mom was like, yeah, so the kids don't know that they're dying. Thanks, mom, actually being really realistic about it. I was like 12 maybe. Jesus, that was sad. That was sad.
This despite knowing it was wrong and that it further endangered lives. Most passengers at this point, though, aren't listening to this nonsense, and they're busy figuring out how to abandon ship. Bang, 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 bang. Local television has already picked up the story, and they begin broadcasting live radio feed from the bridge.
Hey, Capo.
Captain, the passengers are going on board the boats. Okay, let them go to shore. So then general emergency? Wait, let me talk to Ferrarini. We risk the emergency generators that do not have cooling. It has cooling problems at 100 degrees. The cooling fan has stopped. Pilon calls the bridge and tells the safety officer they need to evacuate. The safety officer relays this to the captain, but after no response, he orders the engine room to evacuate on his own. The captain says, no, stay. We're leaving. So what?
Well, yeah, they don't really want to, like, burn. They already... Chat, if you'd had an option between drowning and burning, both to death, okay? Both like finite. Which one would you choose? Okay, which one would you choose? One if drowning, two of fire. Okay, go. Go, go, go. One drowning, two fire. Gun, you don't have the option. You don't have the option. It's one or two. Wow, chat is very split. Both are very painful, well, that's why I'm asking. 3 for both. Great. Break my... For people saying to you clearly don't know the topic, man.
What do we do? General emergency? The captain tells Ferrarini that he's abandoning ship. Abandon ship! Another announcement is made.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The situation is under control. Please remain calm. But at this time, proceed to your muster station. They're located outside on deck 4.
The Livorno Coast Guard calls again. The captain declares distress. The Coast Guard officially calls for rescue operations. They contact Pietro Mille, the helicopter base commander, who then calls in every available pilot as he rushes down to the helicopter base. Pilon shuts down the emergency generator for the final time. The first rescue vessel arrives. By this point, the lifeboats are already going. Luckily, the ship is very close to shore. Oh, perhaps too close to shore. The ship forcefully runs aground, creating an uneven center of gravity. It begins heavily listing starboard. The captain issues a general emergency on board. The announcement to abandon...
Keyword, he's abandoning ship, true. Isn't it like... I don't know if this is like a cliche or if this is true, but like, don't captains always stay last with their ship? Don't like captains usually have like the pride to stay with a sinking ship as like the last person to make sure everyone gets out? It is policy? Damn. They're supposed to? Damn. Don't stay, but they have to leave last. Alright, alright. I think by law they're supposed to be last. Okay. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Ship is finally called and alarms ring out. And with that comes panic. And now that they're listing, with many of the lifeboats too awkwardly positioned to...
Oh yeah! That's haunted music! You're right! I was like, I know this, I've heard this.
And now that they're listing, with many of the lifeboats too awkwardly positioned to enter the water, there aren't enough readily available and they have to start going back and forth to the shore, picking people up and dropping them off. The patrol boats report to the Livorno harbour master that the ship has run aground and is listing heavily. So the harbour master asks the captain about it, and the captain says, no, the ship is still floating. In fact, we're trying to maneuver...
the Christ guy. He's like...
The ship is still floating.
She's like, you're full of bullshit. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, just shut up, man. Stop. Shut up.
In fact, we're trying to maneuver it onto the shore. They know he's lying.
Again.
I'm reversing it. Beep, 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 beep.
Beep,
The
beep,
captain
beep,
says to
beep.
bottom out the starboard anchor. So they drop out the anchors, but let out too much chain, effectively rendering them useless.
Yeah, legit, why is he lying? Everyone's in danger. Who the fuck cares about your job, about your ego? You're dying.
So they drop out the anchors, but let out too much chain, effectively rendering them useless. The deputy mayor of Giglio, Mario Pellegrini, and tobacco shop owner
Mario!
Giovanni Rossi arrive at the harbour. They watch the scene unfold.
Oh
As
boy.
the first of the lifeboats arrive on shore, the deputy mayor takes the initiative and races to board one of the lifeboats, returning to the ship, and starts trying to find someone in charge. He gives up and starts helping passengers.
Yeah, because there's no one in charge really, like the captain, bro. That guy's an idiot.
Scatino tells everyone to leave and take radios, but not before changing out of his uniform and into a nice...
What a roach. What a oh my, he's roaching out.
priorities. Dimitri Christidis and Silvia Koronica leave with him. The matron
He's roaching out, no one's gonna know he's the captain if he's not wearing
and
it.
Sir Morton both get out of there. By this point,
He's out of
approximately
mana!
300 people are still on the ship. Millet reaches the helicopter base. The first helicopter, a slow-moving Augusta Bell, was already rising from the tarmac for the hour-long flight south.
Alright.
Bozio is the last crew member left on the bridge, coordinating evacuation. He
Wow.
then leaves to help passengers board lifeboats.
What a
the
chat.
bridge is now abandoned. And then,
Not
the
so
ship's
good.
black box stops working. Apparently there were technical problems with it. That means, from here, things are going to get a little foggy.
Oh, that captain. Screw that guy. What an asshole.
In detail. A while later, rescue helicopters arrive, but they're struggling to find the ship because they're expecting it to still be well above water. Passengers are scaling down the port side by ladder as lifeboats return to pick them up.
This is no joke. Oh my goodness. It was no joke, mi amor.
Well, this is no joke, ma'am. No joke. Oh,
Yes.
Dominica.
allowed to make a film
I'm
movie.
allowed.
Who say you
Yeah, that's what's important right now, your image.
Yes.
You're not allowed to make a film movie.
I'm allowed.
Who say you are?
A second helicopter,
Oh
a
my
faster
God.
model, sets off. The ship stops healing and comes to a final resting place. Now the Coast Guard calls the captain because he's just learned that the captain has abandoned ship. The captain claims,
I had to go pee, sorry. Toilet break.
"No, actually, I slipped and I fell into one of the lifeboats. I'm a klutz.
Oop, my
Now that I'm
bad.
on board, I may as well head back to shore." DeFalco tells the captain to get the fuck back on board. And the captain kind of acts confused and then effectively refuses. So the captain makes it to
course.
shore. From here, we only have mainstream news reports to rely on, so it's not going to be super accurate. But they say that Giglio's police chief then finds 110 survivors on the rocks at Point Gabbianara.
Okay.
And among them is the captain. It's not known whether the captain helped anyone while he was there, and in fact, the police chief
Roach!
claimed that he just sat on
Arrest
the rocks
him!
and watched other people do the rescuing. A while
Arrest
later,
him.
a rescue boat picks up the captain and takes him to the harbour. He speaks to the police. He then finds the ship's onboard chaplain, Father Rafael Molina,
All
and
right.
quiets to him for about 15 minutes.
Right. Right.
Then he goes to the harbour master's office to receive probably the biggest dressing down of his entire life. Port authorities ask the taxi driver to take the captain back to his hotel. The captain takes the 30-second cab ride to the Bahamas hotel. According to the cabbie, he was beaten like a dog. He was cold and afraid. He only asked me where he could buy a pair of fresh socks.
Damn. How did he get in that position, man? Like, for him to get into that position, there must have been someone that f***ed up above him. Like, sure, completely underqualified, but who put him in that position, man? Like, it gets worse, great.
But then he perked right up again and gave an interview to a news crew. He told them that he was the last to leave.
Jail. 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 Nepotism? Jail.
The captain is usually the last to abandon ship. What happened, Captain? We were the last to leave the ship.
All day
Jail.
Saturday, rescuers search for people on the ship. On
And
Sunday
it still
morning,
gets
a South
worse?
Korean couple is found in their cabin, safe but shivering. They had
Aww.
slipped through the crash.
Oh
and
my
woke
God.
up unable to exit their cabin.
Imagine just sleeping through that, damn! They must have had a deep-ass sleep, what?
The last survivor, Manrico Giampandroni, was found with a broken leg. He was the cabin's service director.
Man.
In the
Sleeping
end,
pills, maybe.
32 people died.
Oh.
The final body wasn't discovered until nearly 3 years later. A
Oh.
crew member, Russell Rebello, and it's believed that he died a hero helping passengers off the ship.
Man.
The Costa Concordia.
Man. 07, man. What a chat. Man. I don't want to say all because of the captain, but he's like a major part of because of it. Like he's like at major fault.
Was the largest cruise ship disaster since the Titanic.
Jesus, I had no
and
idea.
Then there's the ship. This is what happens to a 110,000-ton cruise liner when it's left half rolled over in the ocean.
Wow. That's awful. He died doing what the captain should have done, yeah, man. Roach. Actual roach. Roaches are better than him, true, actually. But you know what I mean.
But this isn't the end. It's just the
How
halfway
not?
point.
What?
most people know is that the Costa Concordia had crashed, many dead, and that the captain abandoned ship like a coward.
Yeah.
But there's a whole veritable spaghetti of details to untangle.
Oh god.
Let's dive in.
Oh lord.
There they are.
Ugh.
The deets.
Ugh. Ew. Why? Oh.
Blue box time. The Costa Concordia was more than just a floating resort. There's a mall, a casino, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Gamba!
This iron chest was full of safes and cash registers and expensive fittings. And there were plenty of gamers prepared to sneak by authorities
Oh my
and
god.
try their luck in the hot zone.
Oh my god, no.
Within days, police divers reported that valuable items, once seen lying around the ship, were now missing. High-end liquor, expensive furniture, dining sets, cash from the casino, cash registers, jewelry and display cabinets, safes, Japanese woodblock prints by famous 18th century artists.
Thank you for the Game of Subs purchase using code Kitsunero. Thank you so much.
As well as the iconic bell, which hung from the bridge of the ship. It was never found.
Oh!
Who steals a big fuck-off bell?
Especially where does it go then? Like, obviously you'd sell it to, you'd steal it to sell it, right? But like, that's just gonna resurface, and I guess it didn't? So what are you gonna do with that? Maybe melt it for the metal? It's a bell from Dark Souls. Hide it in your pocket, I guess.
Even
so.
the server admins were getting involved. Four
Server
divers
admins,
who were part of
damn.
the company contracted to refloat the Concordia were spotted on CCTV, sneaking out to the ship. A patrol boat was dispatched and men were caught inside the fancy suites with rucksacks full of stolen goods. The 4 men are charged with stealing and thieving.
Well, each fined €200 and given 4 to 6 months in jail. That's not that bad. Could have been worse.
Later on, stolen as well as legitimate items found their way to Amazon and eBay.
Of course. Of
Ships from the
course.
casino, postcards, and cabin access cards became highly sought after souvenirs. It even has a watermark.
Souvenirs of death? Why would you want the cabin cards?
Some Australian guy even made a listing for the ship itself, advertising it as buyer to collect. And although there were plenty
That's actually funny. That's good. Yeah, here, buy it to collect this. Buy it to collect is so funny.
There were plenty of bidders. eBay pulled the plug.
Of course.
I know you want to see Scatino go to jail, and we'll get to that.
Yes.
But first, we have to talk about someone else. Dominika Samorton.
That was a close
Yeah, what's about her?
There
Who
was
is she?
speculation that she was on the bridge that evening
Yes.
because she
Yeah.
was the captain's mistress.
Oh boy. Ooh!
Media speculation reports that her presence distracted the captain.
They both denied their love for years and maintained that they were just friends. Although she did later admit to the media that she found him handsome.
Ooh!
And how could you not?
You so fucking precious when you smile.
But she says there was no romantic link between them.
Some people would
Why
like
was
to
she there
believe,
then?
They want to know I have something with him. It's more interesting. It's like, you know, some spicy in the story.
Miss Samorton also loved the spotlight, however.
Everyone, oh look!
And took several interviews. But as the pressure mounted upon her, she began making ominous threats to Scatino. Saying he must confess, and that you have but 1 week to come clean.
What the f?
But things from here get weird.
Spicy.
Samorton is a bit of
Spicy.
a wild card. In a subsequent interview, she claimed a helicopter came to the ship well before the other rescue craft to
Right.
take away a package.
Right.
Huh? And what was that package? Drugs, apparently.
Drugs!
So rumors began that the ship was running narcotics for the mafia. And not without cause. A number of cruise ships, even recently, have been caught trafficking drugs. As an aside, Scatino was tested for drugs immediately after the crash. He tested negative for drugs in his system, but trace amounts of cocaine were found in a hair sample.
Makes it smoother.
Ooh. Oh, whoa, whoa,
Less
whoa.
dry.
Nonetheless, the Concordia was searched and no drugs were reportedly ever found.
Because obviously they take them with them. That's the important part to take with you. Right? Like, when the ship is crashing, you don't want anyone to find that. Plus, that shit's expensive, right? Plus, the mafia wouldn't be happy with you if you lost their stuff.
How did we get here? Oh, right, a helicopter.
They
Samorton
better
commented on
grab-
it again the next day and said, actually, that helicopter was just for the captain as a means of evacuation from the ship. Okay, wait. So she expected to get some sort of first-class rescue while everyone else was still stuck on the ship? Wait, how did we get here? Oh, right, sex with the captain.
Baby,
Divers were
let
quick
it
to head to
rip.
the captain's cabin, where they found Miss Samorton's lingerie and other articles of clothing, as well as a makeup bag. The jig was up, but they continued denying it. Samorton mostly faded from international attention until she was told to appear before the court to present witness testimony. The judge pressed her to be truthful about their relationship, or she would be held in contempt.
Either tell me the truth or shut up.
So finally, she admitted it.
Thanks,
yes,
Dr. Phil.
I had a sentimental relationship with the captain.
Sentimental.
But now, stop asking about my private life.
She was indeed the captain's lover.
What is up, Trouble Nation? Citino cheated on his wife. Oh my god!
10 out of 10
She
editing.
and Scatino had been having an affair
Great.
for several weeks. She also said that on the night she boarded, she didn't have a ticket.
Ticket, please.
And didn't
What?
need to pay because nobody questions you when you're the captain's lover. Naturally, she gave another confusing interview after leaving court.
I want to say that today is the second time I die because the first
What?
time I died in the night of the crash with my psychological brain and
Same.
problems. And today I died the second time because, of course, people
She's just like Chat. Chat died today. 07's for Chat.
find out something that I try to hide.
Subsequent to the trial,
Right,
she used her
but
fame in
holy
Moldova to
damn.
become a political activist, often appearing on television and radio and in articles covering protests, accompanied by pictures of her being arrested by police.
What is going on? She's wait. What did I just say? She's saying this is normal. Look, trash everywhere, it's normal. What?
It was some stuff about victims of violence, women.
How come a lot of people that couldn't keep their pants on become political activists? Oh god, shut up, man. Oh god.
It was some stuff about victims of violence, women's rights,
Girl power.
yada yada yada.
Girl
And
power.
interestingly, part of a push to block the sale of shares of Moldova's train network to Russia.
Sure.
Other than that, I don't really know what she's been up to. Let me just check on Insta.
Alright.
Oh god, not again.
Is that a helicopter this time? Oh lordy lord. She just can't stop. It's an airplane. She just can't stop, Bruce. Stop! Get this woman away from these captains and these pilots. Get her away! Get her away! She's dangerous! Oh my god! Lawsuits!
Several civil suits were quickly lodged against Costa Crociere, and their parent company, Carnival Cruises, immediately saw a share drop of 23%.
Understandable.
Passengers sought compensation for their damaged mental health, lost belongings, and loved ones.
Either they allowed him to divert from his course, or they didn't know where their billion-dollar ship was.
Within a few days, facing financial and media pressure, the CEO attempted to join the bandwagon against the captain and the crew.
Okay. But since he's the CEO, people are still gonna blame him.
The ordinary route that the ship was taking at the time, and was not only taking, but the time the ship was...
Claiming that the ship was not approved to deviate from the route. But that wasn't true. Approval isn't required if the ship is deviating by less than 15 miles, or that it was against company rules. Also untrue, because investigators found that they didn't have any rules about deviating route, and they tacitly encouraged sail-by salutes. Now, in
Great! CEO just trying to throw him under the bus.
response to the civil suits, Costa Crociere offered passengers 11,000 euros each as compensation.
That's kind of small.
11,000 euros, about $14,000, is the minimum compensation under international law when a ship is abandoned.
This was
Jesus Christ, this company is bad all around, bro. Do they have okay, they had a handful of good workers, right? Like that one guy that unfortunately passed away that they only found 3 years later. They did have some good boys, but holy shit, the higher ups, all corrupt, all evil.
to reimburse them for their tickets, as well as any costs they accrued in having to unexpectedly travel home early.
And that was supposed to release them from everything and anything that has to do with this accident. I cannot ask for more than this.
A lot of passengers, understandably, were not too happy with this deal, and they refused to take the money.
We think the offer is an insult for what these poor passengers went through.
True!
We think that the compensation being offered is not commensurate.
True! Fuck.
Take it. Compensation being offered is not commensurate.
Later, Costa Crociere would lodge a plea deal with the Tuscany court to pay a €1 million fine to avoid a criminal trial. The judge agrees. Costa Crociere is now off the hook for all criminal liability for the whole thing. They've washed their hands of the incident and flecked the residual droplets of responsibility onto the faces of 6 staff members. Passengers and relatives of the dead are livid that the company has been able to avoid criminal responsibility.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Offered is not commensurate.
Civil suits against the company continue. By the way, the residents of the island of Giglio also banded together and sought damages. They didn't get much. Eventually, passengers who refused the initial compensation of $11,000 joined civil parties against Schettino in his trial in 2015.
Alright.
They were
Oh my
awarded
God.
€30,000 each. Other cases, especially those involving lost relatives, are settled for undisclosed amounts.
Bruh. Oh my god. Scams!
New York attorney Peter Renee traveled to Budapest to represent 6 real survivors of the disaster.
Okay.
At Renee, we personally work on every case.
And we'll work harder than anyone to get you the most money possible in the shortest amount of time.
And while on the job, a
Random ass Mangold man, what the f? It caught me off guard.
Seventh case cropped up via email. An elderly woman, Alona, said,
"Help me, Mr. Ronai, for I have lost my daughter, Eva, and my 5-year-old granddaughter, Roxana."
Oh boy.
So Mr. Ronai agreed to speak with her. However, there were some inconsistencies in her story. Neither Eva nor Roxana were on the passenger list.
Well.
But Costa is known for having stowaways.
Gotcha, bitch.
Still, Mr. Ronai was suspicious. They wouldn't cheaty old Petey, would they?
They
Renai
wouldn't
inquired
lie.
further about why she was on board, especially without a ticket. Ilona said,
"Well, I don't know, but you should ask her boyfriend.
Zolt Horvath.
Right.
He'll know all the details."
I'm up all night.
Sure.
I'm going crazy, he said. But Mr. Renai was still suspicious. Because then she asked, "How much money do you think this is worth?"
Right. Oh, yeah, there it is.
This is a huge red flag, Petey. In 20 years of doing this, you've never had anyone ask about money.
You're still gonna take it.
Why now? So Mr. Renai hired an investigator and sent photos around of the
Okay.
missing girl. The next day,
Alright.
the phone rang. Oh, hoi. It was the boyfriend again. Look, there's been a bit of a misunderstanding and the child isn't missing at all. Uh-huh.
Just a little bit of a misunderstanding. Yeah, she was actually just sleeping in her bed.
And then he claimed he was confused because he had done too many drugs the night before.
Okay.
Oh. Okay,
Look.
can I speak to the daughter then? At first, he was refused. So Renai said that he'd have to file a missing persons report to the police if he couldn't. The boyfriend relented. That night, Renai met with Zolt and brought the police with him. He speaks to the granddaughter and asks her if she's seen Mum. Yeah, I saw her today. Oh,
Okay.
really? Yeah, we went to the park today and we went on the swings. Oh no, the jig was up. So the mum walks into the room sheepishly.
Hi.
It's a miracle. And the story changed again. Okay, I'm not dead, but I did injure my leg when I jumped from the ship. And then I
Right.
immediately flew back to Budapest. Although don't
Yeah.
worry about checking my leg because there are no visible marks or injuries. Oh, Petey, I'm beginning to think they weren't even on the boat. So it
What?
turns out this lady
No
isn't her mum,
way.
it's just a neighbor. Eventually, Renee managed to make the pair confess. And then they said, "Hey, we haven't done anything wrong. We haven't taken any money." And in the end, it looks like there'll be no criminal punishment for the scam, because Hungary, a former communist country, has no laws against insurance fraud on the books.
The law firm that never sleeps. Call 1-800-664-7.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Oh god, here we go again. Oh god, all the way up, up. Yep, there we go. There we go. Classic Hungary.
Mario, would you teach
Mario.
me some Italian?
Oh, of course.
Mamma mia.
Get back on board for fuck's sake.
Okay, thanks.
Gregorio De Falco, the naval officer who shouted at Scatino to "Vada a bordo caso," became a bit of a national hero overnight in Italy.
Alright.
He, like the rest of the world, expected Scatino to go down with the ship. And when the captain chickened out, De Falco was there to admonish him. And when he stopped answering the radio, he called him on his cell phone to continue putting him on blast.
Oh my god, based. But I will really hurt you. I will cause you a boatload of trouble. Yes, a proper emergency, and he was still making puns.
When the captain first reported just a blackout, De Falco didn't believe the story and immediately began preparing a rescue effort, which likely saved
Good
several
job.
lives.
Damn,
His actions
based.
were applauded by
Chad.
most Italians who were tired of their public servants being corrupt and avoiding responsibility. Accordingly, shirts sporting "Vada a bordo caso" were being printed by the end of the week, others setting it as their phone's ringtone.
Ads over, let's continue.
But then,
then,
in September 2014, without warning, De Falco was transferred to an admin role in the Coast
Oh.
Guard.
What?
Hear what I said? You've been demoted.
De Falco said that he had been passed up for promotion, that he had also not been told which admin office he was even being transferred to, and
What?
that it all effectively cancelled 10 years of his career. De Falco
What?
was tres furioso, and there was public speculation that it was owing to bad blood between himself and Admiral Delano. his former boss.
Alright.
His status among the public overshadowed his superior in many ways. On the other hand, his boss said, no, it's part of a normal career progression for naval officers and that he must show more maturity and professionalism to advance his career. Now, it's hard to know what's true in office politics, so let's leave that alone. And anyway, in 2018, DeFalco said buenas noches, later to the Italian Navy to become a politician. In March that year, he was elected to the Italian Senate, serving as a member for Livorno. He still serves there today.
Well, damn. Well, damn. No! Jail time!
The day after the disaster, Schettino was taken into custody by police and underwent questioning. However, it was clear that this would not be a straightforward investigation. So the judge released him under house arrest at his home in Sorrento, a town in Napoli.
Okay.
By July of that year, the house arrest was relaxed and he was allowed within this general area. While under house arrest, he wrote a book with this journalist from
About
Rai
what?
magazine. I have no idea what it says. I don't speak Italian.
About what? Scamming everyone? Abandoning people? Letting people die? Oh, well, it's gotta be another f***ing scam. Like, oh, I was the hero. I saved everyone. I left last. Like, shut the hell up.
But goddammit, he must have some kind of charisma going on, because there's been a lot of speculation in the press that he had an affair with her as well.
You can't keep getting away.
Hold on, I got it. Not content with abandoning his ship, this dude is determined to abandon his wife as well. So, Schettino and 5 others are facing criminal charges. Straight away, everyone lodges a plea bargain with the court. And all of those plea bargains are accepted, except for Schettino's. And the condition of everyone's reduced sentences are that they must provide witness testimony against Schettino.
You know what? That's fair.
Me. Ciro, Jacob, and Silvio were all given suspended sentences. Roberto and Manrico are able to opt for community service or house arrest. Not a bad deal.
A good deal. Good deal.
And that meant that Schettino was now all on his own. Ciro, the first officer, was the first to give his testimony. On the witness stand, he claimed that Schettino was distracted by his mistress and other guests on the bridge. That there was confusion over
who was this directed by? Michael Bay?
was in command. Then it was Jacob's turn, and
His book was called The Submerged Truth. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up.
Did Lamau XD because he didn't actually bother with his testimony or his reduced sentence. He just fled the country. It took authorities 12 months to eventually track him down on the outskirts of Jakarta. And when they said, "Oi, we still want that witness testimony," he just scalped it again. And he hasn't been found since.
Oh, damn.
After that, Ferrarini gave his testimony, then look, we don't have time to relitigate the whole trial, so let's just go straight to the verdict. Guilty!
Guilty!
Schettino was found guilty of multiple manslaughter, causing a shipwreck, abandoning ship, and lying to authorities.
Damn.
He's sentenced to 16 years and 1 month in prison.
Alright. 1 month?
But wait, there's still the appeals.
Oh my god. 16 years and 1 month. I don't know that. 1 month is like, I don't know, feels out of low. Sorry, that's just me. Look, however much I detest Schettino and absolutely deserve getting arrested, he wasn't the only crew member at fault, yet only he got any real punishment. Yeah. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I see. Yeah.
The appeals trial begins. And the verdict on the appeal?
Denied, please.
Surprise! Rejected!
Oh yeah!
So Schettino's lawyers appealed again. And the verdict on the final appeal?
Schettino made multiple attempts to secure a plea deal, but was denied by the prosecution each time. The prosecution called for Schettino to be sentenced to 26 years in prison, calling the incident a Titanic affair.
Prosecution called 26 years, but he got 16, okay?
Okay, I see what you did there.
Schettino was not present. His lawyers stated that he was waiting outside of the jail for the ruling, so that if his plea was rejected, he could immediately start serving his sentence.
Okay.
And with that, 5 years and 4 months after the disaster, he was finally in a cell.
I will not be making any comment.
Oh! Refloating. Refloating what now? Refloating in the Concordia. Oh, good luck with that. Back. Linus ship
The salvage
taps.
operation was enormous. It took over 2 years and cost an estimated $1.2 billion. Beginning in early 2012, they first spent 2 months pumping fuel from the ship's tanks. At the same time, they had to pump seawater in so that the balance wasn't affected and the ship didn't slide around.
Alright.
In early 2013, a platform was built under the ship
music.
to prevent it from falling further. Sponsons were then attached to the sides of the ship and cables attached to the underwater platform.
Okay.
The sponsons were then dragged underwater and opened up to allow the ocean to fill them. The ship could then roll over properly. By late 2013, the ship was upright once more.
Okay. Alright.
The sponsons were then attached to the side of the ship to help keep it balanced. It now rested partially above water and crews could walk around safely. By July 2014, the water was removed from the sponsons and compressed air was pumped in to lift the ship. And she was ready to cruise again. This time to a port in Genoa. It was a 4-day towing journey to the docks where a 2-year process of dismantling and recycling would begin.
Jesus Christ, man.
That same weekend of the towing, Scatino was busy. He was the guest of honor at a white party on an island in the Bay of Naples. He appeared on the front page of a local newspaper, flanked by 2 of Italy's most eligible bachelorettes.
What the f***? The end.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
so these are the things that I remember from the Costa Concordia.
Yeah, because you were there.
That sweet maiden of the sea. And as for you, little fella.
It was him!
It's time to return you.
Oh god.
From whence you came.
Beautiful.
6 quick things.
Beautiful.
1, NordVPN, good product, check them out. Number 2, there's a new video on the second channel. You probably didn't see it because it was temporarily restricted. Now it's not. Enjoy. 3, if you've never seen the second channel before, give it a go. It's a different type of content, but we put a lot of production into it. It's not just offcuts. 4, there are a couple secret channels as well, but I ain't telling you where they are. 5, no more 45-minute videos on the main channel. Back to 10 to 15 minutes and more of them.
Yeah, so that was a lie.
6, there's a Q&A coming out next week on incognito mode. It's got a ton of detail that we had to cut for the sake of brevity and will no doubt feature a ton of corrections as well. That's it. Thank you.
That's it.
Spicy.
Spicy! So that was a lie. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. Good video. Clappies. Clappies in the chat. Clappies in the chat. Oh my god, he's so close to 4 million. Thank you. He's so close to 4 million, chat. Oh my god, that's awesome. Awesome, man. Right, yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Come again.